Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to learn about social and family lifestyle in Indonesia and other countries. We are from group 4. There are Alfat Kufi Ramadhani, Alfi Masrurah, Anissa Sofiati Fuadah, Devita Sri Rahayu, and Fauziah Norma Vidiana. My name is Alfi Masrurah. First, I will explain the definition of social and family lifestyle. So, what exactly is a family? The debate over family definitions. First, a group of people related by either blood, marriage, or adoption. Second, a social institution that unites individuals into cooperative groups that care for one another, including any children. And the last, people with or without legal or blood ties who feel they belong together. Definition varies from society to society, and definition can change over time. Family also has the greatest impact on human behavior. Then we continue to family of orientation. Family of orientation is family that one is born into, give name, identity, and then give heritage, give ascribed status, and grants orientation to the world. The last, family of procreation. Family of procreation is established upon marriage, legal to have children, then gives name, and then become one's family of orientation, and grants orientation to the world. I think enough from me. Thank you for your attention, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Social and family lifestyle in Indonesia. Number 1 is family types in Indonesia. The first type is nuclear family. Nuclear family is a family group consists of parents and at least one child. It is a standard family in Indonesia. To decrease the growth of the population, the government in Indonesia doing a campaign for nuclear family. It is called keluarga berencana. It means the government suggests a nuclear family to have 2 children only. The benefit of having no more than 2 children is to avoid the poverty. You can imagine, while there is 10 members in a family, it will be harder to fulfill all of their needs. Since the only worker in a family just a father. The second type is extended family. Extended family is also popular as the big family. It is a group of family members which has the same genetics. As the example, the family from a mother which is consists at least 3 generations. They are called the extended family. In extended family, all of those family members live together in the same house. Although it is quite rare to find that type of family. However, in remote area of Indonesia, you will still find this kind of family type. You will still find a grandmother who looks after her grandchildren because their parents passed away. The third type is single family. Single family means uncompleted parents because of divorce or death. The single parent becomes widow or widower. Then, he or she will take over the housework and the children by themselves. A single parent will have the double status to rear the children. In some of way, a mother is also a worker for the children in addition to rearing. Meanwhile, the single father would also take over the housework besides of being a worker. Next, composited family. composite family is a family which consists of two wives and more. The husband, the wives, and the children live together at the same house. This is a unique type of family in Indonesia. Also, it is rarely found today. There are still a number of families in some regions of Indonesia that have this kind of family. The men that choose to do polygamy must have a good financial life. Besides, the man must be fair to all of his wives. When those two requirements are fulfilled, the composite family could live together in a house. The next type is commuter family. Commuter family is a family which the members live at a different place for some periods. Once there is a chance, they will go home. As the example, the father of the family has to work on weekdays in the different city. On the weekend, he should come back home together with his family. It is called win-win solution. Win-win solution. When the head of family should work in the different city, it is not possible for him to move his family. Some people would decide to commute since it is the most effective way. As the time changes, this type of family is chosen by some young ex-marriage. Moreover, the sophisticated technology could support the communication. Next is multi-generational family. This kind of the family is almost the same with extended family. The difference is on the condition of the family. Consists of at least 3 generations, while the people in extended family live together because of an urgent reason. In multi-general family, all family members could live happily at the same house. For the example, they choose to live together because they have a family business. It is the best choice to run their business together. The benefit to have this kind of family is being close to all members of big family. Moreover, they could support each other. And the last type is kind network family. Kind network family is a group of families who live together in a close area. They share some facilities of their houses. As the example, they share bedroom, kitchen, and well. You could easily find this type of family in village area in Indonesia. However, some people find that kind network family gives much disadvantage. When they have to share the same facility to other family, it means they should manage their emotional feeling of not to be selfish. They should not snatch away to use the facility. Whereas having this kinds of feeling is not something easy to do. This is why living in a social life is not as simple as you think. Number 2 is family role. Indonesian people are family oriented. Family holds the most important meaning for Indonesian culture. The relationship between each member of the family is close. Also, it is rare to see family members showing their feelings and affection openly. Without words, everybody knows and assumes that the other members of the family love each other and will always take care of each other. Traditionally, the male has been responsible for financial support of the home and family members. The female has often been responsible for emotional support, child raising, and housekeeping. And number 3 is family values. First, young sibling must respect the older sibling. The young siblings expanded to respect the older sibling in the family. The siblings might still have banters or fight every now and then. However, the young one is still expected to show respect to the older one. Second, passing down belongings. Most of the time, the belongings of the older family member will be passed down to the young ones. This happens a lot between siblings. The passing down of belongings usually help to save money. Number 3 is communal belonging. Other than passing down belongings, all the materials inside the household usually belongs to everyone. Indonesian family is big on sharing things. Family members are free to borrow things from each other as long as they respectfully ask for permission first. Number 4 is gift greetings. Family members are expected to give greetings when they arrive or leave the house. Most families also greet each other by putting the hands of the older one briefly to their face, the cheek or forehead. And the last is keeping contact. When a family member is away, he or she must always keep in touch with the other family member. This is to avoid losing the strong family bond.
For the next is family types and tradition in America. The first one is child raising. In the United States, it is common for parents to put a newborn in separate bedroom when the child is a few weeks old. Part of the reason is economic. There is many houses are large enough to offer each child a separate room. By having their own rooms, the children will also be able to have privacy when they are older. The children will eventually learn to be responsible for their own living space. The next one is young childhood. Over 50% of young adults aged 18 to 24 currently live in their parents' home. Parents do not arrange marriage for their children, nor do children usually ask their parents' permission to get married. Romantic love is most often the base for marriage in United States. Now we are going to the elderly. Societal and familial treatment of the elderly also reflects the values of independence and individualism. Senior citizen centers provide a meaningful peer group association within their age group. In difference to the age 65 to 74 and 30% of women in the same age group live alone. For the last is the nuclear and extended family. In the United States, the nuclear family consists of father, mother, and the children. And the extended family, which consists of grandpa, aunts, uncles, cousins, nephews, nieces, and in-law. Okay, now we are going to the family rule. The male was responsible for the financial support of the home and family members, and the female is responsible for emotional support, child raising, and housekeeping. For many women, their work represents the need to contribute to the family income and not a means of attaining personal fulfillment. Okay, we are going to the varieties of families in the United States. The large percentage is still the traditional family with parents and children. But this type is not even the majority families. Two women or two men with or without children can also constitute a family. Couple who have decided not to have children, and unmarried couples who have chosen to live together may likewise see themselves as a family.
I will continue the next material. There is social and family lifestyle in India. India has distinct personal laws for families belonging to different religions and therefore do not have agreed upon rules about this important aspect of civic life. Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Jains, and Parsis. Each community has its own personal laws, which govern matters of personal relation and family practice such as marriage and divorce, adoption, maintain, guardianship, and custody of children. And inherence the subjection as the laws draw from the respective religious norms, they often perpetuate traditional patriarchal norms and slow down the process of reforms. The types of family in Indian, and the first is nuclear family. The individual nuclear family is a universal social phenomenon. It can be defined as a small group composed of husband and wife and children that constitute a unit apart from the rest of the communities. The second is matriarchal family. The matriarchal family, known as mother concerned or mother dominant family. The mother or the woman is the head of the family. She exercises authority and manages the property. The descent is tracked through the mother hence it is matrilineal in this check. Daughter inherit the property of the mother. Next is patriarchal family. The patriarchal family is also known as father-centered or father-dominant family. The father is the head of the family and exercises authority. He is the administrator of the family property. Next is the joint of family. The joint family is also known as individual family or extended family. It normally consists of members belong to two or three generations, husband and wife, their married and unmarried children, and their married and unmarried grandchildren. The joint family system constitutes the basic social institution in many traditional societies, particularly Asian societies like India. The joint family is considered as bedrock on which Hindu value and attitude are built. The joint family is a mode of combining smaller families into larger family units through the extension of three or more generations. And the next is traditional family values. Traditionally, the Indian family adhere to a patriarchal ideology, endorsing traditional gender role preference and abstain to the joint family structure. There were three or four generations, including aunt, uncle, nephews, nephews, and grandparents, will all live under one roof. This is the preferred family type in Indian culture, and the family will support each other by taking care of widows, never married at all, the disabled, and more, while providing a sense of support. Next is modern family values. Due to Western influence in the country, younger generations are increasingly turning away from the joint family form. And while the family is still as important, the geographical proximity and hierarchical authority is not as important to some families as it once was. However, frequent visits are still encouraged, and because of his family are still seen to be as close as under traditional joint family structure. Due to an increasing amount of nuclear families, which is what an expanded family would be considered as, this new structure is beginning to be preferred as way of family life in modern Indian culture. Okay, we will continue to the next material. There's explained by Anissa Sofiati. Thank you.
Okay, I will discuss about social and family lifestyle in South Korea. So, in this section, we will discuss about family types, family role, and family values. The first that we will discuss is about family types. So, any three family types in South Korea. The first is Confucian patriarchal family. In a Confucian patriarchal family, the family as an entity takes precedence over its individual members, and the family group is inseparably identified with the clan. The most important function of the family members is to maintain and preserve the household within the traditional Confucian systems. Society became organized around two principles: that males shall dominate females and that elders shall dominate the young. Growing old in Korea had advantage for both women and men, for each was respect. Women were often self-assertive and highly valued as the family finance managers, decision makers in family matters, and educators of children. The second is patriarchal STEM family. The STEM family typically consists of two families in successive generations, a father and mother living in the same household with married eldest son, his wife, and their children. The eldest son generally inherited the family estates. The other sons were expected to live in separate residences after their marriage. The central familial relationship was not that between husband and wife, but rather between parent and child, especially between father and son. At the same time, the relationships among family members were a part of a hierarchy. These relationships were characterized by benevolence, authority, and obedience. Authority rested with the male head of the household, and difference in status exists among the other family members. The third is the nuclear family. The nuclear family is the common family structure, and the children are raised to be more dependent on themselves. The archetype of the man as the breadwinner has remained to a degree, but women have gained much more status and power in society. Parents now share disciplinary power over their children, whereas previously it was largely the father's role. The next topic is family role. Koreans are very family oriented. Family members are very loyal to each other and dedicated to maintaining their nexus. Nexus is characteristic of collectivist societies. In some traditional or rural social circles, families can be so defining that they are perceived as having a collective face. Therefore, the act of an individual can impact the perception of the entire family by others. The last is family values. So any four values in this family of South Korea. The first is, in Korea, a harmonious family is just as important as each member's happiness. The second, hierarchy is important within the family. Children should be taught to respect their elders and to express their opinions in a polite manner. The third, some grown-up children live with their parents and support them. However, the aged parents will to be independent and live with their own spouse at home is getting stronger. The fourth, due to diversified society, change in views, and many other factors, the forms of families have also become diverse. Personal and social acceptance on various forms of families such as single parent, grandparent, grandchildren, multicultural, adoptive, reconstituted families, testosterone is becoming higher.